policy choice that the World Bank tends to emphasize. The other is institutions. If your institutions are not strong, you cannot perform well. And Barack Obama summed it up brilliantly in his first speech in Africa as President of the United States in Accra, in Ghana, when he said, Africa needs strong institutions, not strong men. And consistently, what Africa goes for, strong men, and does not build strong institutions. Nigeria is a classic example. The book I'm currently writing, I've been talking about writing it for a while, is titled The Pursuit of Poverty. It's my desire to prove that some countries operate in a way that seems like they desire to be poor. And Nigeria is a very good example. And it is particularly around how our institutions operate that we increasingly bring poverty to our people. The third variable in this framework is human capital, the quality of human capital, which includes education and character and well-being. I've said very frequently to governments, if there are only two things that governments should do, education, healthcare. They do those two, everything else will happen. Because people who know and who are well are capable of creating everything else. The third or the fourth variable here is entrepreneurship, creative destruction. That's how well it's really made. Fifth variable, culture, because values shape human progress. And the sixth and very important variable, embedded in culture, is leadership, because leaders set the tone of culture. This growth drivers framework, I think, provides an opportunity for us to see how nations make progress. You know, a former US senator who was a Harvard professor, Dr. Patrick Moynihan, who was succeeded in the US Senate by Hillary Clinton, made a profound statement many years ago. And this statement came to be the theme of a colloquium at Harvard several years after. That statement is referred to as the two truths. And the statement basically says that the central conservative truth is that it is not politics, but culture that is responsible for the progress of the society. The central liberal truth is that politics can change a culture and save it from itself. In effect, conservatives believe that values, and you saw this fight playing out in the mismanaged debate in the US Congress over their debt ceiling. The conservatives believe that it is the values, family values, all those kinds of values that determine whether you make progress. But liberals and democrats believe that you can use politics to change the culture of the people, and in doing that, make culture make progress. And clearly, as was acknowledged in that conference, Lee Kuan Yew in Singapore was a classic example of how a man changed the culture of the people, and in changing the culture of the people, moved them in one generation from third world to the first. Use the title of his memoirs. However, there are specific elements of character that play through in popular culture, how it shapes the character of its people, how it affects these 6 sets of variables, because it impacts all of these variables and determines whether we make progress. The many troubles of our economic arrangement flow from issues of character. I know a few of them intimately. I've been engaged, I was saying to a remarkable gentleman called Sholak Ifenwa, who's there. I was saying to him as we were coming that I have been on the case of the banking industry. I mean, people don't realize how much the banking industry has failed to make progress in Nigeria because of issues of weak institutions and how it creates character flaws. The Nigerian elites lack character. A former MD of one of the top 3 banks, I mentioned in the budget for saying to me the other day, you sit in a boardroom with directors, they approve a loan, and one character runs up and is the new strong man in a regulatory agency, and he says, "Child, you did something wrong." All the directors sit and they're looking at you, MD. They will drag you to everywhere, drag you, and none of those people have enough character to say, "Come on, we made this decision." institution with this man, and there's nothing wrong with it. That is a character flaw in Nigeria that has ruined the banking industry. So, this weakness of character, I think is something that speaks volumes about the genius of a gentleman called Douglas North. Douglas North wrote a book in 1990 titled Institutional Performance and Economic Change. And that book is one of the best discussions that I know of how institutions evolve. And fundamental to the evolution of character of institutions is the character of the interested parties. And how this leads to everybody eventually agreeing to a level playing field. The big problem for me is that there is such a thing as perception of national character. Evidence of that can be seen in an encounter between a Canada-based Nigerian